Right now what we got going on is what's called earnings season. Those of you who are not familiar with what earnings season is, each and every quarter companies are releasing earnings reports. When they release these earnings reports, in fact, hold on one second here. I don't think my screen, there we go, there my screen advanced. Yeah, the neat thing about earnings season is that huge opportunities, huge directional movements in the market. Because what happens is that each and every quarter when these companies are releasing these earnings reports, huge directional swings in the market. In fact, this is one of the ones I was looking at last week on Krispy Kreme. They came with their earnings report, was trading pretty steady. Earnings report came out, it dropped about 9% right after that earnings report came out. Another one I was talking about was KB Homes. Let me see if I can pull that up here. There we go. Yeah, KB Homes, another one I was talking about. Once again, trading pretty steadily. Earnings report comes out, shoots up 6%. And GameStop's another one, trading pretty steadily. Earnings report comes out, it dropped about 6% here. So it's kind of like having a crystal ball. We got to know when these earnings reports are coming out, we're going to be looking to trade around these huge directional movements like this here. Now, we are right now on the very cusp of the beginning of a new trading season here, getting ready for quarter number 2 as far as trading season. So huge opportunities that are coming up here in just in the next couple of weeks here. In fact, these are some of the opportunities we'll be going over here today. Right now, I'll be going over a couple of these here today. I'll pull my charts up here. Several of them are pretty decent here. You have CarMax, Rite Aid, Darden, Ruby Tuesday. They're going to be releasing their earnings reports this week. You have Weight Watchers, Bed Bath & Beyond, Paychex, and Tesla. Huge opportunities come out with those as well. I'll show you what's going on. We do have the energy companies as well. In fact, if you stick around with me here just a little bit, once I get up to speed on how we trade around this market, I'll pull my charts up and explain to you how we trade around like natural gas right here. In fact, natural gas here, UGAZ, you might want to write that one down. Over the last 4 years, it's dropped from about 7,000 down to 16. So I'll pull my charts up here in just a couple minutes, and we'll go ahead. I'll go over and explain to you what's going on with that and the huge opportunity on the upside of what's going on with that here. So what I want to do, I have a lot to go over here, so quickly, those of you, I think maybe one of you guys caught my, in fact, yeah, telepathy was about, I think, my colleague that was on here earlier. So some of you may already know a little bit about Market Traders Institute, a little bit about us. We've been around for 22 years. Actually, the building you see on your screen right there, we're based out of Orlando, Florida. I'm actually broadcasting out of that building here today. The reason I want to talk about that is because you actually come to our building, get trained live in person in our classrooms. Market Traders Institute has been around over the last 22 years. Officially, I think yesterday was officially our second 22nd anniversary. This is our 22nd anniversary month, so we had a huge event coming up here in just a week or two. We'll be inviting our students to come to our building here. But if you can't come to our building, that's fine. We can train you no matter where you are. You can do this right over the comfort of the internet, right in the comfort of your own home. A little bit about Market Traders Institute. Like I said, we've been around for 22 years. We've actually trained over 30,000 students on how to trade. Now, I know there's other groups that are doing this. We've already had a couple people here doing it here, but the neat thing about this is that we have the greatest number of trained students in the business. So we have our track record in doing this here. Greatest number of trained students. So I also want to mention here, if you look at the bottom right-hand corner of my screen, Inc. Magazine, we're actually featured in the most recent Inc. 5000 list of fastest-growing companies in the world. Now, we got on this list by one thing. We're getting results for our students in this market. Our team is getting results in this market. So our success comes from building successful traders, and we do that here by providing a combination of tools, training, and live in the market mentorship. So what happens is that when one new person, they join our team, they start getting those results, and they tell a friend or two, and then through word of mouth, it just blossoms from there. So as you can see in the letter here, we're mentioned in the same breath as GoPro, Under Armour, Microsoft, just to name a few of the companies here. This only continues if we keep delivering those results. Now, the results I'm talking about, they're going to be very easy to measure because it's what shows up in your account statement. So very easy to see and measure the results I'll be talking about here today. In fact, what I'm going to do, before we jump into this here, before I pull my charts up, let me kind of give you a baseline here, kind of give you an idea of the type of results our traders and our students are getting in this market, and kind of give you a sneak preview of how we help our students get results. One of the things we do is we have our professional analysts here in our offices here. We're looking at our charts, we're analyzing the market. When we find an opportunity that meets our specific criteria, and I'll be going over that criteria for you here in just a couple minutes, what we're going to do is we'll send you out an email. We'll send you an email alerting you on how to place the trade. So this is an email that went out a couple weeks ago. We sent to our team regarding LinkedIn. We sent the whole story behind the trade, the analysis behind the trade, and an order form showing our team exactly how to place the trade. Now here's what happened. We sent that out on a Thursday afternoon at the close of the market. LinkedIn came with their earnings report, and once again, trading pretty steady. Earnings report comes out, it dropped 40% overnight right off of that earnings report. So how did we do? Overnight, we were able to generate a profit of $4,000 right off of LinkedIn right there. Now, that was a single contract straddle, and I'll explain to you the type of trading strategies of how we trade around it just like this here. Now, our goal, though, is when you become one of our team members here, we want to hear back from you. We want to hear how you're doing. So the next day, that Friday, after we closed out that trade, our student here, Justin, sent us a nice little note saying, hey, I took that LinkedIn overnight straddle. He generated 79% return off of it. He made $2,600 overnight off of that LinkedIn email. Greg F. here, he says, what a great trade last night on LinkedIn. For earnings, he says he made 72% off of what he calls a pretty safe trade. He says, wow, thank you so much. Now, this is one of the ones I really love sharing here because this is one of our students, Dilawar. Dilawar is just killing it in this market. He's been a team member for a couple months, just the last 2 earnings seasons. What he says here in this email we just got a couple weeks ago, he says, in the past, before joining our team, he had many losses during options trading. He says now, during earnings season, he follows Chris's methods. I'll introduce you to Chris here in just a second. It's also helped him with a lot of successful returns on his trades, and it's cut down all his past losses in just these last 2 earnings seasons. He does go on and explain, says he uses the scanner, Kevin's methods, the pinpointer indicator. I'll go over and explain to you what these are here, so I'll bring this back up so you have a better idea what that means here. But I think everybody here, though, I know some of you may be looking for some education here today, some trading strategies, but I think ultimately we're all looking for results in our trading accounts. That's the kind of results that Dilawar is providing us with here. This first trade here, Tesla. 2 weeks made 131%. GILD another 2 weeks, 83%. Gold 64. Bank of America 19%. Facebook 242%. Spiders 133%, and Netflix is 119%. So if you're currently trading in this market, and you're not getting these type of results, or if you've been on the sidelines looking to get into the market and these are the type of results you're looking for, then this is going to help you out here today, because all of these students were brand new. Myself, Justin, Greg, Dilawar, we were all once brand new at one time. You see the kind of results we're getting here in this market. So I'll pull this back up here in just a little bit here, but I promise you I will explain to the same type of strategies that Dilawar is learning here. He's learned, and Justin, Greg, we'll show you how you can get these type of results as well. I know a lot of you are brand new here today. I don't want to scare everybody off because I know I've been using maybe a couple big words here, but let me explain to you that in the next 45 minutes, I'm not going to be able to teach you everything. And I'd be doing a service telling you that I'd be able to teach you everything you need to know as far as trading, but it's kind of like what John G says right here. John G says, I don't have to know everything. I can learn it as I go along. Now, what you're going to need to know is how to start getting these results. That's kind of how our program works here. We're help get you up to speed, start getting some results in your trading account. As far as learning how to do it all, you're going to have our professional analysts taking you by the hand. You have a 15-year market veteran, a 30-year market veteran. They'll be taking you step by step and teaching and showing you exactly how to do this. And plus, we're going to be helping you out as you're going along here. So, a lot of you asked some good questions here. Dawn, Trader, Pro Trader, I promise you I'll answer those questions as we're going along. Dawn was asking about that natural gas symbol. It was UGAZ. I'll be pulling it back up here in just a minute or two, Dawn. So what I'm going to do right now is, like Dilawar mentioned in that letter, Chris Irvin, he's the Chris that he mentioned. I'll be talking a whole lot about him here today. Chris is a 15-year market veteran. He's been featured on Invez. If you're in the UK here today, he's been on Fox Business. He's also been featured by Trade King. In fact, the Trade King brokerage, they named him an all-star. He gets a lot of press from them. The reason we're talking about Chris is because, one, he is the creator of this program, but for those of you that join our team today, he'll also be the one that will be taking you by the hand and step-by-step teaching and showing you how to do this. Just like I was taught, Justin, Greg, Dilawar, all of our students were taught here. So he is the creator and the driving force here in what we call our stock and options team. So that's why we created this team here. It was to create successful options traders and stock traders with that direct, live, and hands-on approach. So Chris and our team, they count on me to get you up to speed here today so we can take you by the hand and get you up to speed, start getting the type of results that our team and our students are getting here in this market. So let's go ahead. Don't have a lot of time here. One of the things I want to explain to everybody here is that when you become part of our team, we will teach you how to be a stock trader. We will teach you how to be an options trader. So for those of you who are brand new, let me just quickly get you up to speed on what we do here as an options trader. First of all, here's I think everybody kind of already has an idea of how a stock trader is going to work. As a stock trader, we're going to look at a stock. Maybe we'll call this stock XYZ. Maybe stock XYZ right now is trading at $25 a share. Well, as a stock trader, maybe we do some analysis, or maybe there's an announcement coming out where we believe that stock XYZ is going to go up. So we're going to buy stock XYZ. Now here's what happens. Maybe after the announcement comes out, stock XYZ shoots up. Maybe it shoots up to $50 a share. Well, as a stock trader, we generate a 100% rate of return on that trade. Now, one of the things I want to point out as a stock trader, we own the stock. We have $25 invested, $25 at risk out in that trade. Now, as an options trader, we don't want to own the stock. We simply want to control it. So here's what we're going to do as an options trader. We might look at that same stock. In fact, we might do this exact same analysis, might know about that announcement that's coming out. But here's the thing. As an options trader, we don't want to own it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that analysis. We're going to run it through our specific criteria. I'm going to go over that criteria for you here in just a moment or two. And then we're going to look at what's called the options chain. And what we're going to do is look to find the best option that's going to allow us to control stock XYZ. So in this case right here, maybe we find an option that meets our criteria that's going to allow us to control stock XYZ for $5 a share. Here's what happens. Stock XYZ makes that same move, but our option, it goes up by $20 a share. So as an options trader, we generate a 400% rate of return on that trade. So it was the same stock, same amount of time, hugely different result. Now, once again, as a stock trader, we own the stock, $25 invested, $25 at risk, 100% return. Options trader controlling the stock, controlling it, $5 invested, $5 at risk, 400% rate of return. Now, to get everybody quickly up to speed here, there's basically two derivatives that you need to know as far as options trading here. Everything's pretty much based off of two different types of options. They're called call and put options here. So let me go ahead, let me quickly explain to you what a call option is. For my brand new people out there, if we believe the market's going up, we're going to utilize a call option. Now, a call option, it's going to give you the right to buy an asset at a certain price within a specific period of time. So let me quickly explain to you how this works. Let's say we're looking at Apple right now. Let's say that Apple, it's trading at $100 a share, and we believe it's going to be going up. But what if we have limited funds in our trading account? What if we only have a couple $100s in our trading account? We can't afford to buy too many shares of Apple, but we don't want to miss out if Apple does in fact go higher. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to buy a call option. I can purchase an option, and it's going to give me the right to buy Apple at some time in the future at $100 a share, no matter what Apple's trading for at the time. So let's just say that maybe in May, next month, Apple were to go up. Maybe it goes up from $100 up to $150 a share. Well, we would then have the right to exercise that option, and I can still buy it for $100. I can buy it at a discount. So call options kind of like a very simplified version. Let me explain to you that with options, they give you the right to buy, but you're not obligated to buy. So a call option, it's kind of like having a coupon. Maybe we have a coupon that says in the next week, we can buy a gallon of milk for $3 a gallon. If we were to go down to the grocery store within the next week and we see that milk is selling for $3.50 a gallon, well, we have the right to use that coupon. I can exercise that coupon and I can buy milk at a 50-cent discount. But on the flip side of that, if we go down to the grocery store and milk is selling for $2.50 a gallon, we're not obligated to use that coupon. We can simply just go ahead and buy milk straight away at $2.50 a gallon here. So kind of a very simplified Cliff Notes version of how that works. Let me quickly explain to you the opposite of that. If we believe that the market's going to go down, we're going to utilize a put option. Now, put option, it's going to give you the right to sell an asset at a certain price within a specific period of time. So using the example with Apple here, let's just say that it's trading at $100 a share. And we believe that Apple's going to be going down. It's going to be moving lower. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to buy a put option. I can purchase an option, and it's going to give me a right to sell Apple at some time in the future at $100 a share, no matter what Apple goes down to. So let's just say that maybe in May, Apple goes down to $75 a share. Well, market goes in our favor. We have the right to exercise that option. I can still sell it for $100. So if it's at 75 and I can sell it for $100, what do I get for that? I get the difference. It goes right into my trading account. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, well, this sounds kind of easy. What's the catch? Why isn't everybody doing this? Well, there is a cost to doing it. You're going to be paying for the control and time of that asset, and it's called a premium. So let me quickly explain to you how a premium fits into this. Let's say we're looking at Apple. Let's say Apple's trading at $100 a share. We believe that Apple's going to be going up, so we're going to buy a call option. Let's just say that we can buy a call option that's going to give me the right to buy Apple for $100 a share in May, but it's going to cost me $4 per share. That's my premium. That's my cost of doing business on this trade. Now, that is also the risk in this trade as well. My risk is limited to what I have in the option. I'll explain a little bit more detail how that works in just a second. So let's just say that maybe in May, the market goes in our favor. Let's just say that Apple goes from $100 up to $125 a share. If the market goes in our favor, we exercise that option, and we have the right to buy it at a $25 discount. Now, it did cost me $4 for the right to do that, so we end up netting $21 on that move. We were risking 4, going after about 21, so it's what's called about a 5-to-1 risk-reward ratio trading strategy. I'll explain a little bit more how that works in just a second here. Now, some of you might be thinking, well, William, what happens if the market goes against us after we buy that call option? Let me give you that scenario. Let's just say that maybe after we buy that call option, the market goes from 100 down to 75. As a stock trader, you just lost $25 per share. But as an options trader, all we would lose is our $4. The reason for this is that if the market goes against us, we're not obligated to exercise that option. What we can do is simply let our option expire, and we would lose the $4 on that trade. So we knew our risk ahead of time. It was limited to what we have in the option. The opportunities to make money on the upside, but we're only limited on what we can lose on the downside here. So I know I'm going pretty quickly, my friends. I promise you we're pulling our charts up here in just another moment. Just want to make sure I get everybody up to speed here. There's one more term that everybody's going to need to know. In options, we trade in contracts. Each contract that we buy, we're controlling 100 shares of a stock. So if I were to buy one contract on Apple, I would be controlling 100 shares of Apple. If I buy 2 contracts on Apple, I'm buying 200. I'm owning 200 shares, controlling 200 shares. If I buy 5, I'm controlling 500. If I buy 10 contracts, I'm controlling 1,000 shares of Apple. The reason I want to talk about this is because if you're brand new to this market, realistically, you're probably only going to start off trading 1 or 2 contracts to get started. But here's the neat thing about this: options are scalable. As your account level builds up, as your confidence level builds up, you'll get to a point where you start trading 3, 4, 5, 10 contracts, whatever your account level and your confidence level will allow in this market here. So let's go ahead, let's get started here. Let's walk you through a trade here. So make sure that everybody understands how this all comes together here before I pull up my charts. I'm going to walk you through Nike here because we were just looking at Nike about a week or so ago. In fact, I think I saw somebody earlier, I think, was talking about Nike here. We were looking at it right before its earnings report. So here's what happened. We were looking at Nike right before its earnings report. At the time, it was trading at about $115 a share. Now, once again, if you're a smaller investor, if you only have about $1,000 in your trading account, you'd probably only be able to buy about 8 shares of Nike. Now, this is what frustrates a lot of people. You know, somebody's making serious money off of Nike. You know, somebody's making serious money off of Apple or Google or Netflix or Tesla. But you know, it's not the person who only has 8 shares of Nike or 1 or 2 shares of Apple or Google. So here's what we're going to do. So we don't get left out on the trade. We take that analysis, run through our criteria, and what we did is we found call options. We look on the options chain, we found call options that met our criteria that were trading at $4.15 a share. So here's what we could do. For $1,000 in our trading account, we could buy 2 call contracts. Each call contract controls 100 shares, so we'll be able to control 200 shares of Nike for $90 less than what it costs us to buy it here. So 8 shares as a stock trader, 200 shares as an options trader. Now here's what ended up happening. After that earnings report came out, Nike shot up. It went from about $115 to $125. So the stock moved about $10. If you own the stock, you made about $78 on that move, or about 8% in about 1 month. For some of you, you're okay with that. You're thinking, okay, that's not too bad. If you're looking at your accounts right now, probably only accustomed to getting maybe 8 or 9% in whatever mutual funds or what accounts you're getting right now. So for some of you, that's not too bad. Let's take a look and see what happened here on the option side. All we did was just a couple call contracts. Not a big deal, just the right instrument and the right trading strategy. And here's what happened. Our call options went from $4 a share up to $10 a share. They moved $6. We had 2 call contracts controlling 200 shares, so we ended up putting about $1,200 in our pocket, or 150% return off that same move. So once again, same stock, same amount of time, hugely different result. $78 as a stock trader, 8%, $1,200, 150% as an options trader. Now, some of you might be thinking, okay, well, that's great, but the stock moved $10. Our option only moved $6. What's up with that? Why didn't we get the full $10? It's because of something called the delta. If you don't know what this is, you might want to write this down. Let me explain to you that options, they don't necessarily move in a 1-to-1 ratio to the stock. It's because of something called the delta. Now, the delta, that is the percentage that the option moves relative to the movement of the stock price. So in this case here, our delta, our stock moved $10. The option moved 6 here on Nike. So that means our delta was 0.6 or 60% of the move. Now we didn't get the full $10, but we did capture a large portion of it. Now if you go back and look at that, Nike, it was trading about $115 a share. If you try to buy it, trade it straight up as a stock trader, you've only been able to about 8 shares with a small account. We were able to control, buy 2 call contracts, control 200 shares. We get a $1,200 rate of return. We end up getting a 1,500% return on that investment right there. So I don't think too many be too unhappy only getting 60% of the move, when we end up making $1,200 and 150% return. One of the things I'll point out, we're pulling up our charts here in just a second, my friends. I'll show you UGAZ here in just a second. But let me explain to you that when we showed this trade to our team, we showed this as a $3,000 profit. The reason for this is we traded 5 contracts. Now, once again, my brand new people, you'll probably start off trading 1 or 2 contracts to get started, but as your account level builds up, your confidence level builds up, you'll get to the point where you start trading 3, 4, or 5 contracts just like what we're doing right here. So here's the neat thing about this is that I don't care who you are, $3,000, that's a nice little bump right there. And that's what it's like to work and trade with our team. So I know a lot of you are asking some good questions here. What I want to do right now is I want to show everybody, we're going to start pulling back the charts here. Go into our charts, start pulling back the curtain. I'm going to show you how we find these opportunities and how we trade around them. But one of the things I want to mention, everybody, if you notice as I'm going through here, I'm going to be talking about stocks that you heard of. I'm not going to be talking about penny stocks or random companies you've never heard of. I'm talking about Nike. I'm talking about Apple, Google, Tesla, companies you not only have heard of, but these are companies that maybe you've tried trading around as well. So what I want to do now, let's go ahead, let's just shift gears here. Let's go into our charts. Let me show you some opportunities that we got going on right now. And then we'll pull back the curtain here a little bit further and I'll show you how we can help you find these opportunities and help you trade around them. So first of all here, if you see on my screen, as I mentioned at the beginning of the webinar, you have companies like CarMax, Rite Aid, Darden, and Ruby Tuesday. They're coming out with those earnings reports this week. So we're going to be looking for those huge directional shifts in the markets this upcoming week right around these companies here. We do have Paychex. Paychex came with their earnings report a couple of days ago. It dropped about, I think, about 4% right after that earnings report came out. There still is another opportunity with Paychex. There's about another 14 or 15% opportunity coming off of Paychex. I'll pull my charts up here in just a second. I'll give you an idea of what we're looking at here. We do have also Weight Watchers and Bed Bath & Beyond. I'll pull these up as well here in just a couple minutes. I'll show you what's going on with Weight Watchers and what's going on with Bed Bath & Beyond. Now the big one, as I showed you at the beginning of the webinar, the 2 big ones we got going on right now are UGAZ and Bed Bath & Beyond. Now I'll pull Bed Bath & Beyond up here in just a second, but what I want to do, let's go ahead into the charts right now. And let me show you what's going on here with UGAZ. Let me go ahead and pull up the charts right here. And here we go, UGAZ. So here's what's happened with UGAZ. Over the last, about 4 or 5 years, it has literally, in fact, let me pull this back up here just a second. It has literally dropped from 7,000 down to 16. This is a misprint right here. That actually has happened there. So huge opportunity. We're at historic lows with UGAZ, natural gas here. Let's go back into the charts right now, and let me come in here and quickly draw some analysis here. I'm going to use my smart trend line tool. Yeah, this is one of the things about when you become part of our team, this charting software you see, this is our proprietary charting software. We create this charting software. Neat thing about it is there's some of these automatic tools here. You do have an auto trend line tool. We have an auto Fibonacci tool. The auto Fibonacci tool is great. Just come here at the beginning of the new trend, and we simply just draw our Fibonacci's just like that. So yeah, for those of you that don't have to even know how to use Fibonacci's, we'll give you this auto Fibonacci tool and we'll show you how to use it. But I have to quickly give you an idea of what's going on here with UGAZ. It came down here and it bottomed out right here, right around $16. And then what happened is it rallied up, broke our counter trend line. Now as a more educated trader, here's what we're going to look for here. We're now looking for, once it broke that trend line, we're now looking to buy into this market here. So I'm now looking for a buying opportunity. So what we can do here, to give you an idea of where we're looking for this to go, I know some of you might be thinking, well, William, right now it's at $23, almost $24 a share. Do you think it's going up to 7,000? Not anytime soon. Realistically, you can't expect the stock to go from 24 up to 7,000 anytime soon. But let me show you what we can be looking at here. We can be looking at right now, there's a potential right now, there could be one of our first-term, short-term profit targets, 56. We could be looking at another one here of about 73. And if we back this up just a little bit more here, back it up just a little bit more to right about here, and that one's right at about 100 here. So the neat thing about this is that right now we're looking at, it's right at about 23, almost $24 a share. When we're looking for an opportunity to get into the market, in fact, right now, if I were to come in here and draw a counter trend line, this is just a very vague counter trend line, we're now looking for the potential now for this to start going up here. Now, once again, market's not open, can't really analyze this for you right now saying this is a buying opportunity, but right now we're looking at a risk, based on where we are right now, our risk is probably going to be about $4, and we're going to be looking to go after almost doubling our, actually over doubling our money up to 56 here. So what's going to happen is that it's going to wave up. We can use tools like that auto Fibonacci tool, and we'll teach you trading strategies on how to trade this. But better yet, we actually have a live session going on tomorrow where our professional analysts are going to be sitting down with our team. If a trade opportunity were to present itself, we'll help get you into this trade. Not anything about this is that if you were to get in, we find an opportunity right here around $24. First profit target, you double your money. Second profit target, you're tripling your money. And the fourth one, you're quadrupling it. We're only at $100 by then. We're still looking at a huge upward movement coming off of this here. So I do have a couple more that we're going to be talking about here today. I will be pulling my charts up here in a little bit, talking about Bed Bath & Beyond. This is another huge one. I'll pull up my charts and show you what's going on with this. I'll show you paychecks, Weight Watchers, and maybe some of these other ones here. But I know a lot of you here, you've been in this webinar for pretty much all day. We will be having a live session tomorrow. Chris or Kevin, one of our professional analysts, will be sitting down with our team tomorrow at 5 o'clock. We're going to be going over our watch list. We'll be going over companies like Natural Gas, UGAZ, Bed Bath & Beyond, Paychecks, and we also will show you how to trade around that here. So what I want to do right now, for those of you, if you can't stay throughout the whole webinar and you want to find out how to reserve your seat for tomorrow's session here, you have my permission as I'm moving forward. All you have to do is simply type your phone number in, put the ticker symbol UGAZ next to it. I have my education specialist standing by. They'll reach out to you, explain to you how you can get into that live session that is going on tomorrow here. So I'm going to keep moving forward here. At any point throughout the webinar, simply just go ahead and do that, and we'll reach out to you, get you that information, show you can start trading around these opportunities. And like I said, I'll pull up Bed Bath & Beyond here a little bit. I'll pull up Weight Watchers and Paychecks, and we'll show you here. So yeah, Aaron, Jessica, Richard, yeah, type your phone numbers in, put the ticker symbol UGAZ. We'll reach out to you after the webinar, and we'll do that here. So I'm going to keep moving forward, my friends. I say a lot of you, Dawn, I see typed in UGAZ. Go ahead, type your phone number in as well so we can reach out to you and get you that information. And thank you, Gary, as well. Let's go ahead. Let's keep moving forward, my friends. I still have a lot more to go over here today. What I want to do right now is let's go ahead. Let's start pulling back the curtain a little bit further here. Let me start showing you how we find these opportunities, and let me show you how to trade around them here. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to use Under Armour here as my example. I'll walk you through this trade and show you exactly how we find opportunities and how we trade around them. In this case right here on Under Armour, we got in, our initial investment was $700. Within 19 days, it went up to $1,470. So in about 19 days, we made about $770 on that move, or 110% return. Now, for some of you here in the room today, that might not be all the money in the world. In fact, some of you might be thinking, well, I can't retire off of $700 in about a month. This was just off of one call contract. Had you done 2 call contracts, probably would have been about $1,500. 3 would have been $2,300. So once again, we're going to be looking for these opportunities where you can start getting in, trading 1 or 2 contracts, and get to the point where you start trading multiple contracts on these here. And I know sometimes you go to webinars, maybe other presenters, they'll show you ridiculous amounts of what you can make. I'm here to show you how you start getting real results starting right now, the same results I'm going to be showing you here today. So once again, this isn't guesswork. Let's go ahead, let's get up to speed here. Let me show you what's going on right now. So here's step number 1. This is step number 1 in our process. This is a wonderful tool, what you see on your screen right here. This is what's called our Ultimate Market Scanner. This is that scanner that Dilawar was referencing here. The neat thing about this is that this is going to help us quickly find opportunities in the market. The neat thing about the market here, those of you who may not be familiar with the stock market, there's over 40,000 different stocks you can watch and trade. So to sit down at your table and try to sift through all that, trying to find opportunities, by the time you find one, you're missing out on other ones. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to use this market scanner here, and it's going to help us find, number 1, the market sectors that are on the move. So number 1, we look for the market sectors that are on the move, and then what we're going to do is we use the market scanner here to help us let us know which direction they're trending. So for those of you taking notes, write down market scanner, and we're looking for the market sectors that are on the move and the direction that they're trading here, moving here. Now, step number 2 is once we use the scanner here to find those market sectors, we're then going to use the market scanner again to drill down a layer into those individual market sectors to find the individual stocks that are moving within the market sectors here. And that's the neat thing about this, is that this is all going to be very quick for you, and we'll teach you and show you exactly how to do this. One thing I also want to point out is that the market scanner here, it is a standalone tool. It will give you your entry. It can provide you with your profit targets, your stop loss. You can pull up the options chain. It'll provide you with market information. It can provide you with insider information, recent trades, analyst information, a whole bunch of information on the individual stocks. It is used for stocks. ETFs, futures, and the Forex. So if I do have any Forex traders out there, I use it the exact same way here. I use it to help find opportunities in the market. One of the things I want to point out though, yeah, we will teach you and show you how to use it as a standalone tool, but here's the thing. There are specific criteria that any trade that we want to take is going to need to make. So what we're simply going to do is we're going to kind of use this market scanner here like a fish finder. We're going to use this to help find the opportunities, but then what we're going to do is when we find an opportunity, we have to go through our specific criteria. So the next step is once we find the individual stocks that we like and the opportunities, we'll pull out that auto Fibonacci tool. We'll pull out our charts. We'll use that auto Fibonacci tool, that auto trendline tool. We'll start using some of our knowledge in trading this market, and then what we'll start looking for is what's called the price action on the charts here. So once again, our charting platform, very easy to use here. We have those built-in features, so you don't have to go on your charts and start drawing a bunch of lines. We'll absolutely teach you how to use trend lines, how to use Fibonacci's, but we also provide you with those auto tools that'll do it all for you within a couple seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, technology is wonderful. Saves you a lot of time doing that. It does it all for you quickly and accurately here. So the next step is, once we find these opportunities, once again, we're not simply going to jump on it. We need to have that specific criteria that any trade we're going to take is going to need to make. So the next thing we're going to do is we're then going to pull out what's called our depot checklist. Now this is something that Chris and our team created. This is something that's exclusive to our program here. Depot is an acronym. It stands for Delta, Expiration, Premium, Open Interest, and Time Value. Now I've already come in here, I've explained to you what Delta and Premium means, but we'll absolutely teach you what Expiration, Open Interest, and Time Value means as well. In fact, that's the neat thing about this is that while you're spending part of your time learning how to use the market scanner, learning how to use our charting software, learning how to use this depot checklist, you're going to have that relationship with Chris and our team, our analysts, where we're going to be doing all this heavy lifting for you. So while you're taking part of your time to learn how to do all this, we'll be using all these here to help you find opportunities as you're learning how to do it here. So for those who wonder why we use this depot checklist, we're going to use it to check for volatility. We're going to use it to check for cost, for liquidity. We're going to use this checklist to ask, can we afford the position? And we're also going to ask, is the move going in the right direction? Now, we'll absolutely teach you and show you how to use this as well. But once again, Chris and our team will actually walk you through as these trades present itself, and we'll show you how to use it as well. So what I want to do right now is when we find an opportunity that meets this criteria, there still is one more step. Before we place our trade, we need to make sure that our risk ratio is correct. We need to make sure that our risk tolerance falls within our parameters here. So we need to use this checklist here to ask, what are we willing to lose on this trade? Now on this Under Armour trade, we were willing to risk about $200 on it. We were going after about $800. So what we had on here was a 4-to-1 risk to reward ratio trading strategy. Now for some of you, your risk tolerance might be 3-to-1. For some of you, it might be 5-to-1. We just determined that our risk tolerance on this trade was 4-to-1, and it fell within our parameters here. Now, the reason I talk about this is that it's only when all of our criteria gets met, all of our boxes get checked, our risk ratio is correct, only then are we going to move forward with the position, and only then will our team send you an email alerting you to an opportunity like this here. The reason I talk about that is because I know we have a lot of brand new traders here, and I know some of my more experienced traders out there as well. I've been where you are. I know what happens. You find a trade opportunity. Maybe your emotions get the better of you. Maybe it doesn't meet all your criteria, but you still go ahead with the trade anyway. Here's the thing. We take the emotions out of it. We stick everything to our trading plan. Everything's going to be very straightforward. It's very simple trading strategies that make sense. It's only when all of our criteria gets met, only then are we going to move forward with the position. Now, I'll come back in here. I know I'm going kind of quickly. I'll come back and explain this a little bit more here in just a second, but let's keep moving forward. Don't want to waste too much time here today. Here's what ended up happening on this Under Armour trade. We came back and we found that Under Armour, it was trading at about $60 a share. So we found call options that met our criteria. We took all that analysis, looked at our options chain, and we found call contracts that were trading at $7 a share. So before Under Armour came with that earnings report, we bought one call contract. Here's what happened. After that earnings report came out, Under Armour shot up. It shot up from about $50 a share up to about $60 a share up to $70 a share. It moved about 10 points on that move. How'd our stocks or how'd our options do? Our options at the same time went from $7 a share up to $14.70 a share. So here's the neat thing about this is that our options, they more than doubled. They increased by $7.70 per share. We had one call contract, 100 shares, so we ended up making $770 on that move. As a stock trader, probably would have made about $100. We doubled our money in 19 days. So same stock, same amount of time, hugely different result. Now, I'm about to pull my charts back up here in just a second. Yeah, Gerald, I'll try to answer your question here and when we pull our charts back up. But what I want to explain to everybody is the neat thing about when you trade like this is that you're going to be having proper risk tolerance on this. And the neat thing about this, when you trade like that, you don't have to be right on every single trade to be right. In fact, when you're trading with a 4-to-1 risk ratio, you only need to be right on 1 out of 4 trades to be net profitable. Let me explain to you what's going to happen on that. Here's what it's going to go down. On Under Armour here, we were risking about 200 going after 8. So we were going after 4 times as much as what we were risking. The neat thing about it is that as long as we get that one $800 winner, when we're trading with a 4-to-1 risk ratio, we can literally have 3 duds in a row and we're going to be net profitable on that trade. The reason is because our one winner is going to take care of those duds and then some. So I don't care what your trading strategy is, if you're not trading with a proper reward to risk ratio trading strategy, you're not going to be seeing the same type of success that our team and our students are finding here in this market here. So I know a lot of you asked some good questions here. I promise we're about to pull our charts up here in just a second. Let's just do a quick recap before we move forward here, because I know a lot of you typed your phone numbers in. Dawn, Ernest, Mick, Calvin. Yeah, I got a lot of you typing your phone numbers in there. What I want to do right now is let's just do a quick recap. I'm about to pull back the curtain here a little bit further before we pull our charts back up. So far what I taught you, we're actually doing pretty good here on time. So far I taught you call and put options, premium, contracts, delta. You have an idea of how the market scanner works, and you now know what a risk-reward ratio trading strategy is. The reason I want to talk about this is because now you have all this knowledge in your back pocket, all these basics down, where if we were to send you an email alert on Bed Bath & Beyond or on Paychex or one of these opportunities, you're not holding our team back. You're ready to get off the sidelines. You're ready to get on the playing field. You can have that conversation with our analysts, and you won't be holding our team back as we're moving forward here. So there is one more that we have to discuss here. I will be talking about what a straddle is. In fact, I think somebody here, somebody's asking about a straddle. It might be, actually, I don't know who that was here. Somebody's asking about a straddle. We'll go in here. I'll explain straddle here a little bit more here. But I know for some of you wondering, well, isn't there a lot more to learn? Like I told you at the beginning of the webinar, when you become part of our team, you will get access to our online university. So we'll provide you with 18 modules. It's all online. It's all on demand. You'll learn how the stock market works. Learn about fundamental analysis, ABCs, trend lines, Fibonacci's. We'll take you by the hand. We'll teach you and show you how to do all that. We'll show you how option prices move, how to choose the correct option, how to place the option order, and we'll go through the option trading strategies as well. We'll go through some of those more advanced option strategies. I'm about to teach you what a straddle is here in just a second. Fill and fade the gap trading strategy. We'll teach you how to do that as well. In fact, somebody was asking about a covered call before, and that might have been Curtis or somebody. Yeah, we'll teach you about that as well. I'm kind of giving you the basics here. It's kind of like a Cliff Notes version of all this, my friends. I promise you, when you become part of our team, what I'm showing you here is simply just the tip of the iceberg. One of the things I also want to know before we jump back into the charts here, the neat thing about this is that when you become part of our team, it's kind of like being an intern, because while you're taking part of your time learning how to use the scanner, learning how to use our charts, learning how to do all this here, you're going to have that relationship. You'll have that mentor relationship with Chris and our analysts here, where we're going to be here in our offices looking for opportunities. When we find an opportunity that meets our criteria, we'll send you out an email. Now, this is another email we just sent out a couple weeks ago on Weight Watchers. So we sent out this email out to our team, letting them know that Weight Watchers is an immediate opportunity. Now, in these emails, Chris is going to send you an email letting you know the whole story behind the trade. So you'll know the whole story behind why we're placing the trade. You'll have all the analysis behind the trade. You'll have that all in front of you. And we take it one step further, and we're sending you out an email alerting you, showing you how to exactly fill out the order ticket here. So everybody on our team, they got this email here a couple weeks ago. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to pull up that LinkedIn email again. I'm going to walk you through and show you exactly what happened here with LinkedIn. Let me show you how we found this opportunity and how we traded around it. So here's what happened. A couple weeks ago on LinkedIn, we had determined right before the earnings report, Chris used the scanner, our charts, the depot checklist, the equity trade map checklist, use all our knowledge in trading the market, and we had determined that LinkedIn, it was an immediate opportunity right before its earnings report came out. So this is the email we sent out to our team, once again letting them know we're trading LinkedIn, and here's what's going on. Everything they need to know, all the details about the trade, it was right there in the email. So we sent out the whole story behind the trade, and we sent out the analysis right there in the email as well. You will get the cost analysis. You're going to get the risk ratio, the volatility, all the Fibonacci analysis, everything you're absolutely going to learn you're going to have that relationship with our analysts where we're going to send it all out to you in the email so you know exactly what's going on with the trade, and we're also going to send you out how to place the trade as well here. So what I want to do right now is there's also one more step. We'll even take it one step further, and we even send you out the order form so you know how to fill out the order ticket. So in this case right here, we let our students know, our team know, that we were going to go ahead and trade LinkedIn. These are the options we took. All the buttons that you need to push, it was right there in the email. So for those of you who are brand new, the only thing about this is that if you're uncomfortable doing this on your own, you can pick up the phone, give us a phone call. Send us an email. We'll walk you through and show you how to place the trade here. For my real money traders out there, those of you that already have your live account set up, I'm willing to just bet a lot of you here in the room here today, you already have a live account set up. Let's have at it. When these emails come out like this, let's make some money together, trading around with our professional analysts right here and our team here. One thing I'll point out before I show you what happened here, on LinkedIn, it was trading at $193 a share. So if you're trying to buy it as a stock trader and you have a small account, probably wouldn't have been able to buy too many shares of LinkedIn. So our students and our team, we traded it with options. Here's what ended up happening here. The next day, we sent out another note to our team. That's the neat thing about this is that not only will we send you an email alerting you when to get into these opportunities, but we'll also send you an email letting you know when to get out. So the next day, here's what Chris sent out to our team. It's the email that went out saying, hey, it's a beautiful Friday. Just want to let you know we closed out on both of our straddle positions for a nice profit. So here's what happened with LinkedIn. They came with that earnings report. It dropped 40%. The next day we closed out on our single contract straddle, and we ended up making $4,000 off of it. So our team was able to generate a profit of $4,000 off of that LinkedIn trade. We did have one more trade open though. The week before, we sent out this email on Amazon. So we sent out the whole story behind the trade, the analysis, the order form. Our team knew how to place that trade. Here's what happened. A week later, on that same Friday, we closed out on Amazon. We ended up making $544 off of Amazon in 1 week. Once again, for many of you here, that's not all the money in the world, but that was a single contract straddle. Had you traded two, may have been about what, about $1,100. Three would have been about what, $2,200 and so on. So I'm kind of showing you realistic results. As far as scaling up, it comes down to your confidence level. It comes down to your trading account. You'll get to the point you start trading multiple contracts on these here. In fact, that's what one of our students did here. On one of our previous Amazon trades, we sent out that email. He sends us a message back letting us know that thank you so much for the awesome trade on Amazon. He successfully closed out his Amazon straddle, and he ended up making $5,600 in 9 days off of Amazon. So he traded 5 contracts on Amazon. So that's the thing about it, my friends. You'll get to a point where this is once again Gallagher. Gallagher's just doing so great in here. These are the type of results he's getting here. And we'll get you to the point where you're trading multiple contracts like this, generating returns like you see here with Gallagher. Now, a couple of you have been asking, I saw BH was asking about this. A couple of you are asking, well, what is a straddle? And I know some of you are asking some good questions about this. So this is the next thing you're going to know, especially since we're right now at the beginning of a new earnings season here. We're going to be going through the whole cycle again here, my friends. Huge opportunities coming up here in the next couple weeks because we're getting ready to launch back into earnings season. A straddle. Now, why do you need to know what a straddle is? Straddle is one of our bread and butter trading strategies for trading around earnings season. Now, specifically around announcements. Because what's going to happen is that when these companies, each and every quarter they're releasing these earnings reports, once again, it's kind of like having a crystal ball. We're going to be looking for huge directional shifts in the market. But here's the thing. In fact, let me go ahead and explain to you what's going to happen here. When these companies release these earnings reports, we're going to look for the huge directional shifts. Garmin, a couple weeks ago we were looking at them. That was on my watch list. Once again, trading pretty steadily. Earnings report comes out, shoots up 14% right after that earnings report comes out. Here's the thing though. Had we had an educated opinion where we believed that Garmin was going to go up after that earnings report, what would we have done? We would have bought a call contract. Remember, if the market's going up, we're going to buy a call. Now, on the flip side of this, on the flip side of it, if we believe the market's going down, kind of like LinkedIn, this is how we made so much money so quickly on LinkedIn. Once again, it was trading pretty steadily. Earnings report came out. It dropped from 190 down to 136. It dropped 40% overnight right after that earnings report. Had we had an educated opinion where we believed that LinkedIn was going to go down, what would we have done? We would have bought a put contract. Remember, if the market's going down, we would have bought a put. Now, here's where the straddle comes in. When there's confusion as to which way we believe the market's going to go after that report comes out, but we want to take advantage of it regardless of which way it's going to go. we're going to utilize what's called a straddle. Now, a straddle is when you place trades on both sides of the market, and regardless of which direction it goes, you're going to be profitable as long as it goes. It's also referred to as a non-directional trading strategy. So let me go ahead and walk you through Tesla here. This is one of the last times we traded Tesla. Now, Tesla was on our watch list here. I think it was what, Tuesday, or was it Friday? Thursday or Friday when they were coming out with the announcement. I think it was Thursday came out with the announcement about the new Model 3. So announcement was coming out. We were looking for opportunity with Tesla. I'll only show you one of the last times we traded Tesla. Here's what happened. They were getting ready to come out with their earnings report. We were going to be looking for that huge directional movement in the market. The problem was we didn't know which way Tesla was going to go, but we wanted to take advantage of it regardless of which way it goes. So what we did is we straddled Tesla. We bought call contracts and we bought put contracts at the same time. We straddled the market on Tesla right before its earnings report. Now, for some of you, you might be thinking, well, don't one of these just cancel out the other? If you're thinking that, it's a really good question. Let me walk you through and explain to you what's going to happen here. After that report comes out, if the stock rallies up, what's going to happen is that our call option, it has an unlimited upside. It can keep going up and up and up. It can theoretically go all the way to the moon, but we're only limited on what we can lose on the put. The other thing I want to explain to everybody is that when the market moves like this, when we get these huge directional shifts, one of the options, it's going to move faster than the other. So if Tesla, if it goes up after that earnings report, our call option, it's going to rise in value faster than our put is going to lose. Now on the flip side of this, here's what happened. If we believe that the market's going to go down, here's what's going to happen. We have our straddle here, our put, it can go the whole way down to zero, and we're going to profit the whole way down. But at the same time, we're only limited as to what we can lose on the call. So once again, if the stock goes down after that report, our put's going to rise in value quicker than our call is going to lose here. So Gerald's asking, how do we know which way? Gerald, that's why we're straddling the market here, and we'll teach you and show you how to do this. We place trades on both sides of the market when we don't really have that educated opinion as to which way we believe it's going to go. That's why we want to use a straddle like this. And yeah, somebody else also, I think it was Jacob was asking, why do we use it? It's around announcements like this, earnings reports, huge directional shifts in the market, just like I showed you there on Garmin, on LinkedIn, some of these other ones I showed you. I'll pull up a couple more to show you exactly how this happens here. Yeah, somebody asked some good questions here. That's the neat thing about this. We'll walk you through this here. I know I'm kind of giving you like a Cliff Notes version of this, my friends. There is more details, all this, but I assure you, we'll take you by the hand. We'll teach you and show you how to do this here. So let me quickly explain to you what's going to happen here. Here's what happened on Tesla. After that earnings report came out, the stock dropped like a rock. It went from about 260 down to about 245, and I think it wound up somewhere around 215. Stock trader probably got creamed on this here. Here's how we did. We had our options on. We had our calls and puts on at the same time. So I think for some of you, this might answer your questions you've been asking here. Here's what's going to happen here. As the stock was going down, as Tesla was going down, our puts went up in value. They went from 770 up to 21.35 a share. Remember, as the market's going down, our put's going to rise in value. Now, at the same time, our call, it's going to lose in value. It kept going down and down, became less valuable. It went down to almost nothing here. Now, the difference on that became our profit. So in this case right here, we end up generating a $6,000 profit off of Tesla. So once again, we did have a little bit more of a position on this, though. We did have 10 contracts on this. For my brand new people, some of you, you'll probably start off trading 1 or 2 contracts to get started. With 1 contract, it still would have been about 600. 2 probably would have been about 1,200. So these are the type of positions we're talking about here. So that was what happened here on Tesla. Let me show you here Netflix here. For those of you looking for these, like I'm talking about these directional movements here, watch this. Here's the neat thing about it is that Netflix, we were looking at them back in January, huge directional movement. In fact, they're coming out, getting ready to come out with their earnings report again here in just a couple of weeks. Here's what happened in the last earnings report. Once again, trading pretty steadily. Earnings report comes out, it shoots up from 105 to 119. Huge directional movements like this. One of the last times we traded Netflix, we made almost $2,500 overnight. So we're setting up again within a couple weeks here. It's probably in about 3 weeks or so. Netflix will be having their earnings report. We'll be trading around them again here. Now, once again, our goal is when you become part of our team, we want to hear back from you. We want to hear how you're doing. So when we send you out these emails or we're helping you alert you to these trades, we want to get a note from you. That's what Fawad did right here. Fawad says he took that straddle. He says the straddle worked out great as you predicted in your email, and he closed out with $3,800 in total profits. It looks like he did 2 contracts here on this trade, made $3,800. That's probably one of his first trades right out of the gate because he's still new at this and trying to learn to apply on the go. Now actually here, Okay, before we move forward here, I know, as I told you here with options, I'm sorry, with straddles here. With straddles, let me explain to you what's going to happen here, because actually ICE here, ICE just asked a good question here. ICE says here, what's going to happen? You need to have these huge directional movements. Now, ICE is here, how do you lose? Here's how you lose. If for some reason we don't get that directional movement, that's how you will lose on these trades here. But once again, we'll take you by the hand. We'll help limit that risk because we only take high probability trades. We'll walk you through as long as it meets all of our criteria. That email, the emails that go out, ICE, it'll go into detail explaining why we believe it's a high probability chance of success here. So if I get a chance, I'll pull up one of these emails and kind of show you. There's 4 different things that Chris goes over in the emails that we need to make sure that it has the potential of being a successful straddle. I'll see if I can pull one of those up and I'll walk you through. Yeah, my friends here, we try to limit your risk before you place these trades. We only take the high probability ones. We're going to be looking for that directional movement here. So I just want to go ahead and I kind of glossed over that a little bit here. I apologize. I still have a little bit more to go over. I'm running out of time. So I appreciate you asking that question, ICE. Here's the other neat thing about this. Some of you here, this will help you out greatly because, as I told you, when you become part of our team to help get your results in your trading account right out of the gate, we're going to educate you. We're going to send you those email alerts, but you also get access to our live professional analysts. We have what's called our live analyst on-demand sessions. This is Kevin Dixon. Kevin Dixon is a 30-year market veteran. He's part of our team here. He hosts these live analyst on-demand sessions. So each and every day, Monday through Friday, he's in a live webinar just like this during the opening bell from 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. and then during the closing bell from 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock, Monday through Friday, during the opening bell and during the closing bell, during the power hour. The neat thing about this is that he's a live webinar just like this. He has his charts pulled up. He's analyzing the market right there, right in front of you. So the neat thing about this is that if a trade presents itself, he'll be able to walk you through. You'll have Kevin right there. You can interact with him. He'll walk you through and help you set up the trade. If you have some stocks you're looking at, just like some of you are interacting with me here today, you can interact with him and he'll be able to walk you through and help you let you know whether it's a good trade or not and help walk you through it. Or if you have some trades in a live account, he'll give you a second opinion on them as well. So he does that twice a day, Monday through Friday during the opening bell and closing bell. Now, for those of you here in the room today, maybe you have a busy schedule and you can't attend these live, don't worry. Every live session we do here, it is recorded. You'll get those recordings. If you have any questions, you watch the recording, you can email Kevin, you can email Chris, myself, our team will answer those questions, help you out as you're going along. So you'll get all that information. The only thing that Kevin does is he also sends out a midday market update video. So it's going to be 3 times a day, Monday through Friday, where you're going to have a live professional analyst walking you through and showing you what's going on in the market here. The other neat thing about this is tomorrow, we also have a live Sunday trade planning session. Before the market even opens on Monday, you're going to have an idea what's on our watch list because Kevin, every Sunday, he sits down with our team, goes over our watch list for the week, goes over our trading plan, so we kind of have that game plan going into the week, what we're going to be looking at and what we're going to be trading around here. Now, hold on my second, ladies and gentlemen, 1 second here. I need to do something. There we go. Ike, there you go. Hold on 1 second. Okay, there you go, Ike. So once again, these are recorded, so if you can't attend these live, don't worry, you'll actually be able to go in and you'll be able to watch recordings of these as well. Once again, we're about results here. So what we're looking to do here in this market is help get your results to your trading account. So Greg here, here's what he did. He followed Kevin during his opening, closing, and Sunday call one day, and one day he made 18% simply just by following Kevin. He says, thank you, thank you, thank you. So yeah, we're going to help, we'll send you those emailers. We'll help educate you in how to trade this market, but you also get live daily access to our professional analysts. They'll help walk you through. I think Greg found some value in that, being able to do that as well here. Now, let's go ahead and right now, running out of time quickly here. As I promised, we would go back into our charts. I'd pull up some of these other opportunities for you here. A lot of you asking some good questions here. Somebody was asking here, Marcelo says, do we have a relationship with Charles Schwab or Options Express? No, we do not recommend a broker. We do not recommend a broker, but Marcel and anybody else that was asking for this, you can actually, you'll be able to interact with our team. You'll be able to interact with our team, our traders here. They'll let you know which ones are the best brokers you want to use here. So I just want to go ahead and quickly answer that question here. Yeah, actually, Pat, we'll give you that opportunity here in just a second. I'll give you another opportunity for that here. But what I want to do right now is let's go ahead, let's pull our charts back up. Let me walk you through some of these current opportunities because we have some huge current opportunities coming up this week. Paychex is on my watch list. They came with their earnings report. I believe it was on Wednesday, I think, is when they came out their earnings report, and it dropped about 4% right after that earnings report. But there still was another huge opportunity to make about another 14 or 15% off of Paychex. I'll pull that up for you here in just a second. Weight Watchers, we sent that email out a couple weeks ago on Weight Watchers. It dropped 29% after the earnings report came out. It's setting up for another opportunity. I'll pull that for you here in just a second as well. I showed you UGAZ at the beginning of the webinar. Those of you that missed it, UGAZ is natural gas. In our live sessions, we'll walk you through and explain to you what's going on. Some of you asked some good questions about UGAZ. Somebody was just asking about, somebody has a good question about this. The neat thing about this is when you get into the live sessions, our professional analysts, they'll analyze this for you in much greater detail, and they'll be able to let you know exactly when to get into these opportunities here. So I'm kind of giving you a Cliff Notes version of this, my friends. When you get into Kevin's live session tomorrow, if any of these opportunities present themselves, he'll be able to walk you through and show you exactly where we're getting in, where we're going out. He'll go into a little bit more detail. So there's one more here, Bed Bath & Beyond. Bed Bath & Beyond's another big one that we're looking at here. So before we go in, I'll pull up our charts. I do have CarMax, Rite Aid, Darden, and Ruby Tuesday. They are all coming out their earnings reports within the next week. As I showed you here, what happens with earnings reports. Here's was Urban Outfitters. Urban Outfitters, we were looking at them about a week or so ago. Once again, trading pretty steadily. Earnings report comes out, it shot up 18%. Another one we were looking at. Okay, here's Weight Watchers. Oh, great, I do have this on here. Weight Watchers on what was it, February 29th, I believe, is when they came out their earnings report. Here's what ended up happening. It was trading pretty steadily. Earnings report came out. It dropped 29% right after that report came out. So that's the thing about this. Yeah, initially dropped 29%. But let me explain to you, you missed out on this initial move, my friend. So don't worry. This was a couple weeks ago. You missed out on this initial move. But let me show you what's going on with Weight Watchers. Here's what's going on. There was that initial move. Or actually, I think it was about the 25th. Yeah, it was February 25th the earnings report came out. And it dropped 29%. Now, here's what happened. It has come back up. It's found some support, a little bit of support resistance, start channeling a little bit right here. And does everybody see what's going on right here? It's now making that next downward move. So we're now looking for the next downward move on Weight Watchers. If this opportunity presents itself, you'll have Kevin, you'll have Chris, you'll have our team. They'll let you know when to get in on that here. So you missed out on the first opportunity. We're setting up for another one coming up here as well. Let's go ahead and here with Paychex. Let's go ahead and pull up our charts right now. Let me walk you through. Let me show you what's going on here with Paychex. Once again, it was trading. This was actually last Wednesday before the market opened this past Wednesday. It was trading pretty steadily. Earnings report came out. It dropped about 4 or 5% right after that earnings report came out. So you missed out on that initial drop right there. Let's go back into charts though. Let's pull up our charts. And yeah, this was UGAZ. And let me see if I can pull up some other ones. Oh, Weight Watchers. Let me show you Weight Watchers. Yeah, right now Weight Watchers is setting up. We've come back up here. It's found that level of resistance. It's dropped below my counter trend line right here. So my friends, to kind of give you like a Cliff Notes version of this here, yeah, we're now looking for that opportunity. What might happen is it might come back up to that counter trend line and drop. So there's going to be an opportunity here to take advantage of Weight Watchers again. We're looking for that second drop coming off of that. Paychex. Let me show you Paychex here. Paychex, the reason we were looking at Paychex right before that earnings report, because the last two earnings reports, the one before the last one, it shot up. This is where the earnings report came out. It shot up 14% right after the earnings report. It then found a little bit of resistance up here. And then at the next earnings report, it dropped 15%. Then it came down here, found some support, rallied up, found a little bit of that resistance right here. So for those who wonder what these green lines are, this is what's called a level of resistance. This is a level of support. So it's kind of channeling in between these two levels here. Here's what happened. Paychex came back up, came with that earnings report, and right here it dropped down. It dropped down about $2.50 a share. So we got about a 4% drop off of that. Here's what ended up happening. It's come back up again. So what we're looking for now is for that next drop. Whoops, sorry about that. Hold on. I'm looking for that next drop for it to come down right around here. Come back down here to this level of support here. Now, this was in about what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So about within the next month, we're going to be looking for this drop. So by the end of next month, you can have about another 14 or 15% look. So you might want to do a screenshot of this and see if we are right on this here. As if we are, and this does fulfill what we're talking about here, it's about another 15% move coming off of that right there. Let's go into to Bed Bath & Beyond. I think I saw one of the other presenters was talking about this here today, and they kind of are corroborating what I'm about to show you right here. Here's what's happened with Bed Bath & Beyond. In fact, let me go ahead, let's go back into here just a second here. Let me pull this up here. Let me explain to you what's going on with Bed Bath & Beyond. In the last year, it has gone from about 80 down to about 42. Now, right here at the beginning of the year, the last earnings report, when it came out last earnings season, this is where we got in. This is where we started looking at it, and you see what happened here. It just dropped like a rock. It dropped, I think, about 11% right after that earnings report came out. Now, what happened is that it came down here, it U-turned, and it's come back up to our trend line again. So let's go back into the charts here. And the first thing you're going to notice here, in fact, I don't know if that other presenter had mentioned this, but if you were to look at like JCPenney, Sears, Kmart, Walmart, these other companies here, if you look at their charts, it's probably very something similar to this. Retail brick and mortar stores, they are getting hammered right now. So you have this huge downward movement. This went from 80 down to 42 in the last year. Now, if you notice here, we drew this orange trend line. Now, we'll teach you and show you how to do this here, but every time Bed Bath & Beyond is coming down, it's waving. It's waving as it's coming down. It's bouncing off this trend line. Every time it comes up and kisses that trend line, it drops. Comes up, drops, 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 drops. Here's where that last earnings report came out. It dropped, came back out, and this brings us to the live market right here. So let's zoom in here right now, and let me kind of give you a little bit of analysis as to what's going on right here. So here we are. This is where the current live market is as of Friday. The market rallied up, and we were talking about this about 2 weeks ago. So you kind of missed out on about $4 of movement. About $4 in that drop right there. Now what has happened is it's come back up. It's kind of kissed that trend line just a little bit, came very close, and started dropping again. We come in here and we draw our trend line just like this. Now what has happened is that it's pulled back now, and it's dropped and broke my counter trend line right here. So we're now looking for that next opportunity. I'm now looking for that next drop in the market. I'm now looking for this to start dropping again. Just like that. So a huge opportunity here for a put opportunity. We're going to be possibly using put options or shorting the market as it's going down. Now right now it's at about $49 a share. Where are we looking for it to go down to? Let's back this up a little bit here. Let's see if I can squeeze this in. So we're probably realistically looking for a drop right down right about here to 35. So if we get in, we'll say about 49, it goes down to 35. That's about a $14 move. That's about a 28% move coming down here to that level. Now, we're not looking for it to stop there. We're looking for this ultimately to go the whole way down. Now, if it comes down to where we're thinking, which is probably somewhere right around here, where's that? That's about 19, and we're at 49, so we're looking about $30 a movement right there. Potential $25, $30 move off of Bed Bath & Beyond right here. So we'll be looking to trade this the whole way down as it's going down. So those of you that are getting into our live sessions, we'll be able to walk you through when these opportunities present themselves, help you to capitalize on these things here. So what I'm going to do right now, Pat, and a couple of you are asking, how do we get into that live session tomorrow? Those of you that want to talk to Kevin, you want to have that conversation with Kevin, find out what's going on with our watch list tomorrow night. I'm going to give you another opportunity to take action here because we've got Paychecks, Bed Bath & Beyond, UGAZ, Weight Watchers. Actually, the other thing, let me explain to you here. Hold on one second. I forgot to mention this. Bed Bath & Beyond. Hold on one second. I forgot this here. BY. Tuesday is their next earnings. So, ladies and gentlemen, why are we looking for this? On Tuesday, we're about a day or two away from the releasing their earnings report on Tuesday. You saw here, this is the last time it dropped. It dropped $8 off of a 49. So it's about a we'll say a $16 move or 16% move off of that last one. If we were to do another drop like that coming off of it, yeah, we're looking pretty much right here with our alignment right there. So what I'm going to do right now, I still have a lot more to go over, my friends. I'm running out of time quickly here. Those of you want that information, I say a lot of you already typing your phone numbers in. Type your phone number in, just simply put the word Sunday. That's it. I have an education specialist that's just logged in. He'll be able to answer your questions. I'll let you know how you can actually reserve your seat for that session that is going on tomorrow. Yeah, those who want that information, simply type your phone number and put the word Sunday next to it. We'll get you that information. So yeah, Pat, Lanny, hopefully I'm pronouncing that, Sherma, Charles. Yeah, those of you who want that information, I'm going to keep moving forward. You have my permission to go ahead and type that into the chat box. So I'm going to keep moving forward, my friends, because a lot of you are asking, how do we become part of the team? How do we enroll? Here's the thing. Chin, you asked where the chat box is. It's right where you just type that message in, my friend. So yeah, Gene, Shazad, I see you guys type your phone numbers in as well. Yeah, all you're doing is going to find out the information how you can get into that live session tomorrow, because we have Bed Bath & Beyond coming on Tuesday, my friends. I don't want you to miss out on that here. So let's keep moving forward here. Let me explain to you that everything I showed you here today, this is all part of our stock and options program, part of our stock and options team, the one that Chris Irvin created. Let me explain to you here that we include that education. We're going to take you by the hand, teach you how to do this. We'll give you these tools, train you how to use them. But we're also going to support you as you're going along. The neat thing about our program, it is available online. We'd love for you to come here to our brand new facilities here in Orlando, Florida. We just opened up our brand new 70,000 square foot training facility here. If you can make the trip here to Central Florida, great. We'd love to meet you and train you in person. If you can't do that, you can do this all online right from the comfort of your own home, right on your computer. Everything is available online. It's all on demand. Go through this at your own pace. Learn it as you're going along. More importantly, though, for those of you that are looking to get trained by somebody that is successful in this market, Chris Irvin, Kevin Dixon, the same people who taught me, they taught Dilawar, Greg, our students here, you'll be able to learn from the same people that taught you. So if you're looking for a mentor, looking for that mentorship, you're going to get it with this program here. The neat thing about our program, though, as I know you've been through other programs before. A lot of you, you're probably thinking, okay, well, I've been through other programs where maybe they gave you a little bit of education, they gave you some tools, a little bit of training, maybe a pat on the back and said good luck and sent you on your way. When you're part of our team, you're going to get unlimited membership to this program. We want you to become a lifelong successful trader. So we're going to include unlimited membership to our program. Now, for those of you that are maybe sitting on the sidelines looking for a reason to get in, we're going to give you 60 days to take this for a test drive here. You're going to get the market scanner, you'll get the charts, the education, the live classes. You'll get to go all through all this for 60 days with risk-free, without having to make that final financial commitment for 60 days here. I'll bring that up here in just a second. I just want to explain to everybody that, yeah, we let you take it for a test drive. If you're not successful, we don't want to take your money. We're here to build successful traders. So I'll go into a little more detail about that here in just a second. But let me go, I have like probably about another 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes here. Let me quickly walk you through and show you our program here. Let me show you how we're going to get you to the point where Dilawar is, Justin, Greg, and our team is. We're going to put you through 2 live, 2-day boot camp classes. You're going to go through a live 2-day options class and a live 2-day stock class. Once again, I told you we'll teach you how to be a stock trader. We'll teach you how to be an options trader. It then comes down to you on which direction you want to go. You might do both. That's fine, but we'll teach you how to do both. In these live classes, it is Chris Irvin, the creator of this program, a 15-year market veteran. He'll be sitting down with you. He'll take you by the hand, and he'll step-by-step teach you and show you how to do this. Those of you who are live here in our classrooms, he'll be live right in front of you. In our classroom, you'll be able to interact directly right there with him. For those of you, if you want to do this on your computer at your home, that's fine. He'll be on a webcam. You'll be able to look at him on the webcam. You'll be able to interact with him just as easily as you are here. You simply use your chat box. You'll be able to interact with him as you're going along. In these live classes, you'll be able to ask him any questions right there on the spot. You'll even go into the live market. You'll go into live market and learn how to apply Theory 2 application in the market, but you'll also learn how to identify potential trading opportunities in the market. The reason I talk about this is because in one of our last options classes, there was a trade opportunity on Western Digital. Chris was right there, was able to walk our students through that, and I think we were up about $1,200 off that Western Digital trade. So yeah, you'll go into the live market, and you'll be able to go through this. Now, as I also mentioned, when you become part of our team, you're going to get unlimited access to our program. And every live session that we do, it is recorded. So if for some reason, if you can't attend these live sessions, don't worry. Watch the recorded version. Afterwards, if you have any questions, you can email Kevin, email Chris, myself, or team. We'll answer your questions afterwards. But you know what? At any point, you always come back and take these classes over again. If you want to take them live, you can come back. As long as you're part of our team here, you're going to get unlimited access to our program. Now, a couple of you are already asking, when is the next class? We actually just wrapped up our last classes last week. We're now looking, I think it's probably another week or so before we jump into our next ones. Anybody in the room that wants to get that information to find out when the next class is going to be, get your questions answered, find out when the next one's going to be, possibly reserve your seat for it, here's what you can do. Oh, sorry about that, my friends. I went back one slide here. Here's what you can do. Simply type your phone number into the chat box. Put the word class next to it. That's going to have education specialist standing by. We can reach out to you. We'll let you know when the next classes are going to be. We'll let you know how you can reserve your seat for that. If you can't attend that next class, we'll let you know when the next one's going to be. We'll try to make this very easy for everybody here. So yeah, we'll have you type your phone numbers in. I apologize, I don't have that information, but we'll let you know when the next one is going to be here. So I saw Jonathan, Farouk, I'm all here. I see you guys type your phone numbers in as well. Now, you're also getting instant access to that online portal, the online education portal. Once again, it's 18 modules. You'll go through, learn the basics, how the stock market works, fundamental analysis, ABCs, Japanese candlesticks, trend lines, Fibonacci's. Then we'll show you how options move, how to choose the correct option, how to place the option order, and we'll teach you those advanced option trading strategies. Now, once I showed you here today, this is the tip of the iceberg, my friends. I got to show you straddles here today. We'll teach you fill and fade the gap trading strategy. We'll teach you covered calls, iron condors. We'll go through all that, and we'll teach you how to do all that here. So kind of getting everybody up to speed here today, but I promise you when you go through our education, we'll teach you all the details on how to do all this. Now, when you're going through our program, you're also going to start getting those email alerts. I showed you the ones on Weight Watchers, on LinkedIn, on Amazon. I wouldn't be surprised if we have one coming out here in the next day or two on Bed Bath & Beyond. Huge opportunity coming up here with Bed Bath & Beyond here. So once again, you'll get the whole story behind the trade, you'll get the analysis behind the trade, and you'll also get the order form so you know how to fill out your order ticket here. So that was on Weight Watchers here. One of the others we did here, this is a couple months ago on oil. So we're talking about the energy companies here. In this case here, Chris let our team know that ExxonMobil was an immediate put opportunity. So he gave us the whole story behind the trade, let our team know that he was choosing to trade ExxonMobil with a put option. Let us know what the option was, sent out the whole analysis behind it, and he sent out this exact order form so our team knew exactly how we were trading around ExxonMobil. Now here's what happened. 6 days later, one of our students sent us a message back saying, Chris, thank you so much for another awesome trade. You sent us the step-by-step instructions. Here's what I got. He traded ExxonMobil, made $980 profit in 6 days off of that email. So once again, my friends, if you're on the sidelines, you're not going to be able to score points in your trading account. At some point, you're going to have to do things seriously like our students here are doing here and getting these type of results, and this is how we're going to help you do it. Now, you also get to take the market scanner for a test drive. We have a class coming up on Wednesday. We'll sit down with you and teach you how to use the market scanner, but if anything, you'll have the market scanner in front of you when we show you these opportunities so you know exactly what we're talking about. You also have our charting platform. Didn't get really a chance to talk about the charting platform, but in our charting platform, the market scanner, it's built right into our charting platform. You access that market scanner right from our charts. That auto Fibonacci tool, the auto trendline tools, they're patent pending. They're built into our charting platform as well. We'll give you that with our charts as well. You have the ability to do demo trading right from the charts. The charts are mobile. You can use them on your laptop, on your desktop computer, on a tablet, on a smartphone. We'll also, you can do that. It's also cloud-based. And we also have what's called the pinpointer indicator. That's that indicator that Delaware was talking about. It gives you triple confirmation before you place your trades. I'll show you how you can get that here today as well as part of the charting platform, and I'll pull it up here in just a little bit and show you how it actually works here. So a lot of you, I got a lot of you typing your phone numbers in here. Ethan, Jason, Olivia, I got Thomas. Yeah, a lot of you have probably made that decision that you can probably see yourself doing this. Probably something that's easy enough that you could do, but more importantly, if you were to get access to our live professional analysts, we were to educate you on how to trade this market, or even better, send you out email alerts to learn you to trade opportunities, you probably can find some success in this market. It's more importantly, get those results in your trading account. The reason why I mentioned that, as I told you at the beginning of the webinar, I was once brand new just like you. I was in a webinar just like this. I've actually gone through the same program that I'm sharing with you here today. So let me go ahead and let me show you a couple more students here. A lot of you asking how do we get started, how much does it cost? I have something special for everybody here today. We have an investor inspiration only special here. You're going to want to stick around for this. But let me go ahead. Let me show you here Justin H. I kind of gave you a sneak preview of this email he sent us here at the beginning of the webinar. He took that LinkedIn email trade that we took, made 79% return. He made $2,600 overnight off that LinkedIn email. Now, in this email, he does go on to say for future MTI students, if you're concerned learning stock and options trading, I highly recommend Chris, Irvin, and the team. He says anybody that's unsure or hesitant, I encourage you to invest yourself with the program. You might want to do a screenshot of this, or if you stick with me at the end of the webinar, I'll send it out into the handout section. I'll send you out a screenshot, but a lot of good information here that our student Justin sent to us here. Another of our students here, George N. He sent us this about 2 months after becoming a student. He says, my portfolio has increased by 32%. It's helped him to minimize his losing trades. He says one option that's up 86% in the last week. My veteran traders, you might appreciate this. He says he made $3,500 in 17 minutes with what's called the fill and fade the gap trading strategy. I didn't get a chance to show you that here today, but that is one of Kevin's bread and butter trading strategies. He does that during the opening bell session. You'll absolutely learn how to do this. George learned how to do this. He made $3,500 in 17 minutes. So let's go ahead and let's pull up Delaware here one more time, because now you have a better understanding of how Delaware is getting these results. Now, once again, he says before joining our team, he had many losses during options trading. He says now he follows Chris's methods. It's helped him become successful with his returns on his trading, and it's cut down on all his past losses in just the last 2 earnings. He then goes on to say here, every day, first thing in the morning, he uses that MTI scanner. He uses it to scan the stocks. He then uses Kevin's methods and his tricks. This has helped him be precise in his selection of the stocks, and then he uses option strategies to trade around them. just like I showed you here today. Now, he also goes on to say before entering the trades, he always uses the pinpointer indicator. I'll explain what the pinpointer does here in just a second. I use Chris indicators, other indicators as confirmation. It's helped them to be a safe trader. He says he built up strict rules and checklists based on Chris and Kevin's checklist for options trading. For those of you who may have missed this at the beginning of the webinar, his results. On Tesla here, in 2 weeks, 131%. GILD, 2 weeks, 83%. Gold, 64%. Bank of America, 19%. Facebook, 242%. Spiders, 133%. And 119% on Netflix here. So, as I mentioned at the beginning of the webinar, if you've been looking to get into this market and these are the type of results you're looking to get, or maybe you aren't successful in trading this market and you're looking to get these type of results, all of our students, they've gone through the same program. Dilawar, Justin, Greg, all these students here, we've all gone through the same program. You've seen the type of results we're getting here in this market. So I'm going to do a quick recap here, and I'll show you that special we got going on for everybody here today. Yeah, everything that is included. You're going to get the education, the tools, the training, and the live support. You'll get those 2-day classes. We have the 2-day options and stock classes coming up here. You'll go through those. You'll get instant access today to that online university. You'll start receiving the analyst on-demand sessions. Monday morning, 9 o'clock, you'll be live with Kevin Dixon. You'll also start receiving those email trade alerts. The Sunday trade planning session, you'll get into that tomorrow with Kevin. You'll also get a Sunday Spy the Market video update from Chris tomorrow. The weekly online sessions, the depot checklist, equity trade map checklist. Once again, my friends, in about 45 minutes or so, I don't have a lot of time to go over all this, but it's kind of like the tip of the iceberg. You found the value in what I showed you here today. Imagine what you learn when you go through the entire program. Now, once again, everything is available online. It's all on demand. If you're looking for that handheld approach, the mentorship, people that are already successful in the market to take you and show you how to do this, you're going to have Kevin, you're going to have Chris, our 15 to 30-year market veterans. They'll take you by the hand and teach you and show you how to do all this. Now, as I remember, if you remember, I also mentioned you're going to get unlimited membership to the program. When you're part of our team, you get to go through all this as many times as you want, as long as you're part of our team. We want you to become a lifelong successful trader. Now, we also provide you with a warranty on this, meaning that when you enroll today, what's today? Today is, April 2nd. We'll give you to, May 2nd, June 2nd, I guess, about 60 days to go through the program, to try it out, go through the classes, go through the online lessons, the analyst on-demand sessions, the scanner, the charting. Go through, learn how to use them. Take them for a test drive for 60 days because we're going to give you 60 days to take them for a test drive, and then you come back to us in 60 days. Are you getting the results I showed you here today? Do you find value in this program? Or better yet, is this market for you? If you say no, you simply call your education specialist, your account executive, explain to me you want to return the program. You have a risk-free opportunity because we're going to give you a money-back guarantee on this entire program. So you get 60 days to go through it risk-free before you have to make that final financial commitment here. So we stand by our product that much that if for some reason this isn't for you, we'll go ahead, we'll refund any amount of money you invest into the program. So a lot of you are asking how much here today. Like I told you, we have something special for everybody. Now, our complete education, our program here, we put it all together into a retail bundled package. It's called the Ultimate Stock and Options Package. We put it on our website with a retail price of $7,995. Now, we do save you about $4,000 or $5,000 by bundling it into the retail price, so you will save a little bit of money like that. Now, at any point, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, you can go on the website, you make a one-time payment, you're part of our team, you get the entire program for that. But we have something special for everybody here today because for those of you ready to get started as part of Investor Inspiration here today, for getting asked to do this here, we got something special. Because you just spend part of this time learning about how to do this, how to learn about call and put options, straddles, premiums, how the scanner works, kind of getting an idea of how our program works here. We put some value on that because you now have those basics in your back pocket where if we just send you an email alert on Bed Bath & Beyond or paychecks or any of these opportunities that are going on right now, you're not holding our team back. You're ready to get started, ready to get off the sidelines, and you're ready to go and move forward here. So we got something special for everybody. Normally, in these types of webinars that we do, we're able to offer an instant $2,000 webinar scholarship. However, something special here, this is only for Investor Inspiration here today. Here's what we can do. For those of you ready to get started, and you can make a one-time payment today, we'll save you 50% off the cost of the program. So if you've been to our webinars, you know we normally don't do this here. Normally it's about a $2,000 instant scholarship savings, but you stuck with me here today as part of Investor Inspiration. We were asked to do something special, so here's what we're going to do. This is part of our Investor Inspiration Special. This is only for today and for this webinar. So if you're ready to get started, you want to become part of our team, want to have that conversation, here's what you can do. Type your phone number into the chat box, put the word investor next to it. let us know that you were part of this webinar here today. We'll save you 50% off the cost of the program. Now, if you can make a one-time payment, we'll save you 50%, help you out getting started here today. So those of you ready to get started, go ahead, type your phone number in. You have my permission. Those of you saying, in fact, actually I got a couple of you here. I saw that Jesse and it was who was that? Was that Carson? I think that was asked about payments. Yeah. Those of you, if you can't make a one-time payment, type your phone number in, put the words payment next to it. We'll come with an easy, affordable payment plan. We'll make this very easy. You can afford a one-time payment. I do have some special bonuses for you. If you can't afford the payment plan, here's what you can do. Type your phone number. If you can't afford a one-time payment, type your phone number with the word payments. We'll make it a very affordable for you. I won't go over the payment deals here today if you're interested in the payment plan, but if you are, here's what we'll do. We'll sit down with you. You explain your financial situation. We'll make this affordable for you. We'll come up with a customized payment to make it affordable for you here today. So I got a couple of you already typing your phone numbers in. Ralph, I got Ethan, and I got Bilal. How I'm pronouncing that? Jonathan, I see you typed your phone number with the word payments. I got Jesse as well. Jesse says ready to go. Yeah, those of you who are ready to get started, you want to save 50%, type your phone number with the word ready. I got some special bonuses if you can make a one-time payment. However, if you're interested in the payment plan, some of you, maybe you can't afford a one-time payment, here's what we'll do. We'll set up a payment plan for you. We can't save you as much. We might not be able to save you the 50%, but we still will be able to save you a little bit here, and you'll at least get enrolled into the program saving a little bit. So I want to do right now, those of you that can make a one-time payment, we have some special bonuses, and these are once again exclusive here for the Investor Inspiration. If you make a one-time payment, we'll give you our vertical spreads course as well. I love about the vertical spreads course. Over the last 7 weeks here, we've placed 21 trades. 16 were closed for profit. 2 were break even, 1 was for loss. So we're up about $6,200 in just the last 7 weeks or so with this vertical spreads course. Now this is for those of you that can make a one-time payment here today. We'll save you 50%, but you know what? We're going to give you a $2,500 vertical spreads course here as part of that as well. So if you have that means to make the one-time payment, we'll be able to hook you up here with the vertical spreads course. For those of you that become part of the program, you're going to get that pinpointer indicator. The pinpointer is going to give you triple confirmation before you place the trade. So if you're above this dark blue line, green candle, green indicator, triple confirmation of a buying opportunity here. Now there's a little bit more to this, and this is the same indicator that Dilawar uses. We're going to give this to you today as well. And if you can make a one-time payment, we'll also give you a one-on-one trade setup with trade plan set up with Kevin, with Chris Urban here. We're very hands-on here. We want to help get you results. We'll help you do that with a one-on-one trade plan setup. Now, everybody does become part of our team today. You'll get into that live session tomorrow with Kevin Dixon. We're going over our watch list for the week. UGAZ, some of you asked some good questions about UGAZ. Kevin will be able to answer them for you tomorrow. Bed Bath & Beyond, Tuesday. They're coming with their earnings report. We're looking for that next drop potential here. It dropped at what about? I think it was about like 11 to 15% last time. It came with its earnings report at the beginning of the year. We're looking for that next drop, my friends. And paychecks, we're looking for that next drop in that as well. But once again, normally in these webinars, we're able to offer an instant $2,000 scholarship savings, but if you can make that one-time payment, we'll save you a little bit more here today, making it a 50% discount off the cost of the program. So I'm about to wrap this up. For those of you, you're saying you're ready to get started here, you want to save the 50%, you need to at least type your phone number in, put the word investor next to it, because that's going to let us know you were in this webinar, because you can't come back to us on Monday saying, hey, I was in that Investor Inspiration. William mentioned a 50% off discount here. If you want to get that locked in here today, you're at least going to have to type your phone number in with the word ready here. And all you're simply doing is committing to saying you're ready to get started. You put it in our hands here today and make this affordable, whether it's a one-time payment or the payment plan. So I'm about to wrap this up, my friends. I've gone out of time. Most of you probably made the decision that this is for you, but for those of you who haven't said yes, here's the thing. Ask yourself, you get daily access to our live professional analysts. Do you think you can find some success in this market? Or better yet, if we were to send you out an email alerts alerting you to trading opportunities like Weight Watchers, Bed Bath & Beyond, LinkedIn, Amazon, you'll start getting these as well. So once again, it's all backed up with that risk-free opportunity. We give you 60 days to take it for the test drive before you have to make that final financial commitment. So in 60 days, you'll know whether this is for you. If it's not for you, you've risked nothing. All you've simply done is you've gotten yourself an education, you've gone to take it for a test drive, you come back in 60 days, decide whether this is for you or not. If it is for you, you're going to become part of our team for a lifetime. If it's not for you, we shake hands and we wish you the best. We're here to build successful traders. Obviously, we want to take your money if you don't end up being a successful trader. So what I'm going to do right now, yeah, a lot of you are typing your phone numbers in. Yeah, a lot of you are typing in that word investor here. I got Ozzy, typed your phone number with the word investor. I got Stacy as well, Jay, and Milo. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to make it very easy for everybody. I have like about 1 more minute left here. Here's what we're going to do. I can keep showing you opportunities. I can keep showing you testimonials. You've either made the decision whether you can see yourself doing this. You either see the value in this program. So I'm going to make it very easy for everybody here. If you make a one-time payment, we'll save you 50% off the cost of the program. If you're interested in the payment plan, type your phone number and put the word payments. Now, I got a couple of you asking about option C. So you're asking, is there a way to get the entire program for free? So I got 1 more minute left. I'm about to get kicked off the mic here. I have 1 more minute left. I'm going to pause my screen here. Put something up on the screen for everybody to see, and I'm going to send one thing out into the chat box right now. For some of you, if you see yourself, you can see yourself going through this program here. You can see yourself being successful. But right now you might be saying, well, William, you know what? I don't know if I can make a one-time payment. I don't know if I can afford the payments. We'll make it very easy for everybody right now. There is an option C, and I'm about to send this out to everybody in the chat box right now. And everybody has 1 minute. I have about 1 more minute left here. This is a fast action opportunity here. Yes, there is an opportunity. Yeah, Rocky was just asking, are we serious? Yeah, those of you, if you can see yourself doing this and you're interested in getting this information, here's what you can do. Type your phone number into the chat box, put the promo code FREE next to it. Yeah, Rocky, we are being serious here, but to get this information, as I told you at the beginning of the webinar, at some point you have to do things seriously. You're going to have to get off the sidelines, get into the game, and do this here. So I'm going to go ahead. Yeah, for those of you, if you can see yourself doing this, it's at least worth having that conversation here today. So yeah, Adrian, Charles, Pat, Steve, Roder, yeah, all you're committing to is getting this information, my friends. I think everyone agrees it's at least worth getting that information. Find out how you get the entire program for free, get your questions answered. You're not committing to anything, just find out how to get the entire program for free. I'm not going to go over it here in the webinar here. So Shazad, Surin, Jonathan, Roderick, Cecil, Lavada, yeah, a lot of you type your phone numbers in. What I'm going to do right now is, yeah, anybody that's still in the room right now, look at your screen. Yeah, it's an incredible offer here. If you can, we will save you 50%, or there's even the possibility we might be able to get you into the program for free here today. So Jean, Carrie, I got Anita, Jason. Yeah, I'm going to leave this up for about another 30 seconds, my friends. Just go ahead, keep typing your phone numbers in. If you can see yourself doing this, it's at least worth having that conversation. Get yourself locked in here today with our Investor Inspiration Special. I'm going to go ahead and make it very easy for everybody. Give you another 10 seconds here. I'm going to send one less message out into the webinar before we close it here. If you want this information, I saw Henry, John, Harry, Jason, Marcel, Carlos here. Carlos, and did you type your phone number in? I can have an education specialist reach out to you and answer your questions for you. I'm about to get kicked off the microphone here because we're about to end the webinar. So I'm going to send this out to everybody here in the room right now. Yeah, for those of you, it's at least worth getting your questions answered. Yeah, at least finding out how you can get the entire program for free here today. So yeah, Marcel, we have you down. Aaron, Fernando, Madison, Ronald. So we're wrapping up, my friends. Thank you for joining us here today. Thank you for Investor Inspiration, for inviting us to do this here today. I believe I am the last speaker here today, so thank you, everybody. What you can do, we'll leave this up here for about 1 more minute before we close the webinar. So yeah, if you're interested in getting this information, it's at least worth having that conversation. See what we can do as far as getting you enrolled here today, possibly through this program. Yeah, I promised everybody I would send that out in the handout section, the Justin H's screenshot, so I'm sending that out in the chat section right now. There we go. So yeah, that screenshot about Justin H, that testimonial, you have that in the chat section as well. So on that, ladies and gentlemen, I'll send one last message out into the chat box. We'll leave this up for 1 more minute. If you want to get locked in with this here today, simply type your phone number and put the promo code FREE. We'll have an education specialist reach out to you, give you this information here. So Penny, we got you down, Montgomery, Kylie, Ethan, Jaden, and Noah here. So I'm going to wrap it up. Anybody else that's still in the webinar, we're giving you 1 more minute. So on that note, thank you, everybody. Enjoy your weekend. Yeah, thank you, RDNL. Thank you for that as well. So yeah, I appreciate what you just said there. So yeah, get your questions answered, my friend. We're here to build successful traders. Bed Bath & Beyond's coming up on Tuesday. You saw what it's done here, what it's been doing. At least make that micro commitment to find out how you can get enrolled, possibly for free as part of our program. So on that note, my friends, I wish everybody a good day. Jacqueline, we have you down. Gary, Deidre, and Anel. I wish everybody a good weekend. Until next time, welcome to the MTI team. Wish you the best in your trading career.